Thanks, Peter. Well, the third annual RPM Challenge is underway. It's an international challenge, but here locally, it's put off by the Scope magazine. It's a call out for one and all to take on the challenge of recording an album in 1 month. Quite a task, I would think. It's only weeks into the challenge, and already 150 people have signed up. Here to tell us more is Elling Lien, editor of The Scope, and from the band AM/FM Dreams, Damien Lethbridge and Mark Poirier. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, so Elling, just tell me, where did this idea come from to do this RPM challenge?
Well, it was a stolen idea, so no. There was a newspaper in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, that started up the challenge about 5 years ago. And they actually have a similar kind of community that we do here in St. John's, where it's like a small community of tight-knit, a lot of artists and things like that. And then they decided to do this in 2006, I think. Yeah. And my math's bad. They had a huge response, and they did it locally that 1 year. But then the next year they opened it up internationally. Around that time, we were just starting up the Scope, or thinking about the Scope, and we were looking at other newspapers that were doing inspirational things, and we came across that, and we were like, wow, that would be perfect for Newfoundland and St. John's in particular, and we wanted to do it, and we had it on the burner for a couple years, and then finally in 2008 we decided to do it, and it was really amazing.
And it's getting really big.
Yeah.
3 years and 150 people have applied.
Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable, actually. It's a lot of music to listen to at the end of it. It's like literally a couple days of listening.
Now, it obviously is a challenge. It's not a contest, but are there any rules and regulations? Like, what exactly do people have to do?
There's you record 10 songs or 35 minutes of music, and burn it to CD, and by the end of the month you mail it to us, or you drop it off at one of the drop-off locations in town. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it, really. I mean.
So this is kind of open to everybody, though. Like, you don't have to be a professional musician, right?
No, you don't. And that's what's beautiful about it. Like, I could ask you now if you're going to be doing it. Are you going to do it there?
I don't know. I may think about it next year.
You're probably.
I got a year to think about it.
But if you ask someone, are you doing the RPM Challenge this year? At first they're like, oh no, I'm not a musician or anything, but then they're like, oh yeah, I have this, I have my guitar, or I really would like to sing a little bit more, and it brings musicians out of the closet in some ways, so it's really rewarding.
Okay, and Damien, Mark, of course, your band AM/FM Dreams. This is your third year taking part in this challenge. Damien, just tell me, what kind of enticed you to actually take part in it?
Actually, Elling enticed us. He just sent us an email. It was like February 10th, I think it was, and it was 2008 was the first year we did it. And he sent an email saying, "Hey guys, I just listened to your music, and I think you'd be great for this challenge." So we hadn't even heard of it up till that point. So we said, "Yeah, what the heck, we'll do it," and we tried it. And that year, I think we recorded our 10 songs in like 14 days, because it was already February 10th, so in 14 days we wrote and recorded all 10 songs, actually 11 songs on the album.
That must seem like a lot of work. Mark, just tell me, what would be the hardest part of the whole process?
Oh, I don't know. I think if you put a lot of pressure on yourself, that's challenging, it makes it difficult. But I find that the stuff we write is the best is when we're just sitting down and picking at something and then it comes. So if you put a lot of pressure on yourself, you won't enjoy it. So I think the key is just to relax and enjoy it.
So are there, let's say, any tips that you can give people who maybe are doing it for the first time this year? What do you think?
Yeah, don't worry too much about quality control. It's going to be rough, and just take that into account when you do your songs. It's not going to be professionally recorded. Maybe it will, I don't know, but certainly ours is not. And don't worry. It doesn't sound like it is in your head and how you want it. Just go for it. And the main thing, have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, don't do it.
And how long does it really take? Like, let's say for one song, by the time you write it and then actually put it on, a CD, can that take a couple of days, or would that actually take a full week?
It depends. Some songs take an hour. between
An hour.
between creating it and maybe recording it. It just depends on the mood you're in and the rhythm you got going. Some are a little longer, but yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are machines, though. They have it down. I think you guys have it.
So it's not really much of a challenge for you right now. You think?
No, it's always a challenge. You're looking for inspiration here and there, trying to come up with something that you haven't done before. But yeah, it's fun. Like we said, we have a lot of fun with it, and that's the main thing.
So now, after everybody completes this process, the month is done.
Yep.
All the CDs are made. What happens after that?
Well, they put their CD in a little envelope, and they can mail it to us at the Scope. They can find that information at rpmchallenge.com, or they can drop it off here in town at Fred's Records on the last day of the month, I think. And anyway, but the details elude me right now. But that's all that happens, and then after that, we give them a couple weeks to decompress and relax, and we get a chance to listen to all the music, and then we have a listening party in town. We book a couple of venues in town and invite all the musicians and their friends, and we play at least one track from each of the albums that have been produced during that month. So
That may take a while, 150 to go through
in
one night?
Yeah, it does, and you have to have a couple of venues in order to get through them all in one evening. But it's really the feeling in those rooms are really amazing. People are so happy to come through this experience and to be sharing their music with people around them, and people have been through the same experience too. It's really neat to watch.
So the last couple of years, have you found, especially at that night when all the music is being played, do people kind of actually get gigs out of doing this challenge?
Only if they want. These guys are very reluctant performers, even though people encourage them to do it. There are bands that have been spawned from the RPM Challenge, or there are musicians who produce music during that month who continue to play that music during the rest of the year too. So I don't know. You can't really lose. If you're working on your music, then you're working on your music, and whether or not you complete the album at the end of it, it doesn't really matter, really.
And Damien, just tell me, seeing all of these people take part, especially you guys have been involved in the last 3 years, what does that really say about our music community here?
Oh, it's obviously flourishing. I mean, the first year that done, I think me and Elling were just talking about it back there, and it was I think 20-odd bands participated. And I think last year it was over about 100 or so, and now this year is 155 signed up. So obviously we have a huge amount of talent here and the creativity, and it's just good to see that put on display and recognized.
Now, of course, you guys are going to play a song for us here tonight. It's the AM/FM Dreams, and like Elling was saying, you guys you've been together for a number of years, and you have a wide variety of CDs that you've recorded, but you guys don't actually play a lot of gigs out around town. So do you think that you may start?
Who knows? Who knows? We've done 2 gigs. We opened for the Pathological Lovers once, and we did an art gallery show. That was a lot of fun, but yeah, we may. Who knows?
All right. Well, I think we have a treat in store for everybody tonight, because the AM/FM Dream, they are going to be playing a tune for us coming up after this. So guys, thank you very much. It was great to have you on. And AM/FM Dreams will be up right after this break. We value your comments, so let us know what you think of tonight's show. Call us at 757-9600. Fire off an email to outofthefog@rci.rogers.com.